Greetings and salutations, it's Burr with FAWM, and it's time for some transatlantic tape tune teamwork. I am a nightingale. In this episode, we'll follow this cassette nearly 5,000 miles from central England to western Pennsylvania as it became a new song called I Am A Nightingale, which you can hear in full toward the end of the video. This song was co-written and recorded by 4 people using 4-track tape decks as part of February album writing month. It goes like this. As part of the FAWM challenge, we mailed this tape across the world, each adding a new part one by one. Sort of like a musical game of exquisite corpse. The first person has no clue what will happen, the last person has no clue what's coming, and hopefully by the end of the month we've got an awesome new collaboration for the world to hear. This video tells that story for I Am A Nightingale, and without further ado, let's roll the tape.
Hello, vomvorton here. You can call me Tom if you like. This is my 15th FAWM, quite a few of those I've gotten involved in the 4-track challenge. So I'll be using a 424 Mark III that I will show you now. So this is my 4-track recorder. Picked this up as quite a bargain a few years ago without a power supply, not realising that the 424 Mark III uses a really strange one that was really hard to get hold of and cost as much as the device itself. I picked up a batch order of cassettes from the Tape Line website a while ago. I've got a drawer full of them still, good short length and decent quality, ready for 4-track recording. So I'm going to stick that in the machine and see if I can start coming up with some ideas to get this tape started. So I've just been having a play and I've got the Korg KR mini drum machine set up to use for my click track. Going through on track 4. I've got a bass amp modeler thing, just a cheap Behringer one. So I'm gonna have a bit of a go with this bass riff that I've come up with. Right, here goes take 1. Take 2. Take 3. I'm going to enlist some lighting magic this time, it might help. It did not help. Take 4. Okay, so I've just listened back and I think, well, there's a couple of small errors in there. I don't think it's anything major. I think that's a pretty good take for a 4-track recording. I certainly would have just gone for it and not mentioned it at all if there wasn't this incriminating evidence on video. I have my structure written out. I have my tape clearly labelled. I have a packaged up tape, a cat, and I'm going to head out and post it now. Here I am in Matlock, Derbyshire. Just about to go to the post office and send the tape off to London.
Hi, Wobbit here in London, UK. I've been doing FAWM since 2012. This is my 11th FAWM, and I'm looking forward to getting this in the machine that came in the post yesterday. So here is the tape, and we've got some notes here. D, the people's key. That's good. Any secret notes? No. No secret notes. Putting it in the Tascam Porta 1 mini studio. Stick some headphones in it and give it a listen. I love it. It's got a bit of a kind of Penguin Cafe orchestra feel. Reminds me a bit of music for a found harmonium, which is one of my favourite songs. I like that little slide down in that he does there. I like the kind of little stops in the rhythm. I wonder if it's something that I could build on and enhance that feature more. Good basis, excuse the pun. So first thing I do is put it on the computer just to practice to and not risk damaging the tape. About to hit record for the Melodica track. Oh, problem is that you've got too much puff. It builds up. So So I kind of want to breathe out, but I have to keep breathing in to get the next bit. Oh, fuck. That 3-bar intro gets me. Tried breathing experimentally. Doesn't work. Well, there was quite that fluff in the second B section. I wonder if that's good enough. It's the trouble, you can't go back to an old tape. You've taken that. But I'm only second on the tape. I've got the luxury of spare tracks. Right, go for one on track 3 after finally sorting out what makes this 4-track. I think that was better. Yeah, well, it was better. So, yeah, let's go for that. So, I'll just wipe off the track 2 so it doesn't get confusing. And then I'll look into what is the fastest postal service to the USA. The courier is here. The dog is barking. And the tape is on its way to zecoop. Thank you very much.
So, for this video project, we had a tape starting in England with vomvorton and Wobbit, who were right on top of it, and got the tape into the mail on February 6th. And I've been watching and waiting and have had nothing. Last year was a blizzard when the tapes were going out. This year, pretty disgusting. So last night, tracking said it arrived in my town. Let's go see. Hey, it's a tape. My name is John Cooperider. I go by zecoop on February album writing month. I've been doing FAWM for 12 years, and I've been doing the 4-track challenge. I think I started in 2014. A lot of tapes have gone around the country and across the world, so can't wait to hear what this tape sounds like. I use a Tascam 424 Mark II. Well, so far this song is pretty wide open for additions. It's a fun song. It's a very bouncy bass guitar melodica song. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Pax loves it when I play guitar. All those guitar vibrations. Gotta listen to the snake. So we are going to try guitar first. It's a miracle. Their D is tuned to my D. I don't know. Maybe ukulele. I don't actually know the chords on ukulele. Maybe what a nice happy song needs is to go all Spinal Tap, add another bass guitar. No, not feeling it. It's got potential. Pax has been going nuts since I've been playing Glockenspiel. This truly has a lot of potential for this song. I could do bongos or an old marching snap. Well, here's the thing. This tape doesn't have drums, technically. It has a Casio drum beat, but it's going to get replaced. So the question is, does this song need drums? Unfortunately, a lot of time is not what we have because it's February 24. Glockenspiel or drums? I can do this tonight, so that's what we're going to do. All the mics you see are not going to be used. We just have one mic out front. Here we go. I'm going to put this into channel 2. Microphone's plugged in, tape's on regular speed. The furnace is off. Hot water heater's off. Take 2. Take 3. Take 4. Take 5. Take whatever. And try it again. Could be a bad idea. It feels good when you're almost to the end and you know you haven't messed up yet, but that's what gets scary for me. But I think I got it, so I'm gonna check it out. Listening to the mix. Gotta have the right atmosphere. So when I'm done playing drums, it's very important to remember something, and I have forgotten this before. Gotta turn the furnace back on. So the tape got here yesterday, and I got the drums done last night. All set to go to Burr for track 4. And remember what my yard looked like yesterday? It's February.
Behold, the package that just arrived today, February 28th. 4-track cassette collaboration on the last possible day to actually get it done in the month of February. FAWM! Gotta be smarter than the box. Cue sheet, chord chart sort of thing. We've got bass, drums, and melodica. We'll see what to do with it. This is the tape that started in the United Kingdom and then took like 3 weeks to make it to Michigan and then a couple of days to make it here. That's a fun one. It's a real boppy poppy kind of tune. Because the melodica's in there, I want to throw in like some other non-standard instruments. Can't decide if I want to do words or not. This is a fun one. Pressure's on though, because there's only a few more hours left in February and I need to bang this out. So here we go. I've been working on this for a couple of hours now, and because the melodica was in there, I wanted to like throw in some other like toy kind of instruments. So I thought about the kalimba, the stylophone, my glockenspiel, tenor banjo, recorder, harmonica or kazoo, my modular synthesizer configured sort of like a Buchla music easel, but in the end it all sounded ridiculous and I just couldn't really find my groove with those things, so I'm just gonna fall back to what I know how to do best, which is guitar, vocal, pop rock song. So got my guitar here running into a homemade fuzz pedal. It's kind of like a Fuzz Factory clone but with an added tone switch going into this amp simulator into the 4-track, and then I also have microphone going into this double tracker into another channel on the 4-track. So I'm going to sing and play guitar at the same time. All right, here we go. I am a nightingale, I am a blackbird in the night. Well, that wasn't awful, but it is not the take. I'm going to redo it, adjusted the levels a little bit. Hopefully it'll sound a little bit better and I'll play a little bit better. Forgot to mention earlier, I've got the amp simulator set to a Vox emulation in honor of our friends in the United Kingdom who started this tape off. Okay, here we go. It will be alright, alright. There were too many flubs in there for my taste. I am a mystery, I am a rainbow in the storm. I think that's it. I think that's the take. It's still not perfect, but no major mistakes. I think my singing was a little pitchy, but I'm double tracked, so hopefully that'll mask it. Cool, so I'm gonna dump it into the computer and mix it there just because it's the 11th hour and it'll be faster that way. Yeah, it's a pretty cool tune. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done with the mix. I had to do a lot of creative EQing on this because everything was really mids heavy, and so I had to carve out spaces for all the different instruments. I also cheated a little bit Here for the guitar solos, I doubled those sections and then EQ'd them differently and gave them a lot more high end and some extra distortion. It's fairly simple other than all the EQing. And I also have a bus with some plate reverb that I'm sending everything but the bass to. And I think it sounds pretty good. So let's throw it online and see if everyone else agrees. I am a nightingale.
Great start with those big drums. Always sound amazing on tape.
I am a melody, here to tell you it will be alright.
I love the melodica popping along with those offbeat chords.
Alright.
Great job on the vocals.
I am a speck of
It's hard to believe that the guitar is one of the last things added on it. Well, yeah, guitar and vocals were.
See, it's grew into forests full of mine.
Really nice lyric too.
Alright.
Drums always just sound the best on tape. I love that.
And the guitar solo as well.
Great job with double duty, playing guitar solo and rhythm guitar throughout the song.
I am a mist.
Wow, it's got such a great feel.
I am a rainbow in the storm. I am the fire in your heart that keeps you warm. I am a
Really nice bridge. I love the way the fuzz keeps going on here.
I am a beacon full of light. I am a
The lyrics just carry me away. I'm thinking, what are you? You're all these things, but what are you really?
morning mist. I am the whisper in the night. I am a mess.
It's a hard riddle.
Here to tell you it will be alright.
The song definitely kept its fun nature, but got a lot more depth.
Excellent guitar work.
Nice drums, zecoop.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Lovely. I really like it.
Fantastic. I love this challenge, especially when you start off one of these tapes. It's always really exciting to hear. I never would have thought it was going to turn into such a wonderfully fuzzy song with so much melodica on it.
So, I mean, the bass and the melodica were absolutely fun straight from the start, and I had a great time. This is unexpected, but it sounds completely natural, and it sounds like we wrote this song together. Super happy with how the song turned out. Everyone did a great job.
Well done, everyone.
Cheers all.
So when participating in the 4-track challenge, and in particular editing these videos, I'm struck by how differently things might turn out if each person made a slightly different decision along the way. Both zecoop and I were tempted to go in this avant-garde instrumental direction, all because of Wobbie's Melodica track. But vomvorton's bass kept us all kind of locked into this power pop vibe, albeit with melodica accents. And in the end, I think we were all happy with the result. I also think this is the first time I've written a list song, in this case lyrics that follow this repeating pattern of I am. And I think in part that's because in late February 22 there was a lot of stuff going on in the world. From a mega drought in the American Southwest to floods in Brazil to a gold mine explosion in West Africa. Russia had just invaded Ukraine, and I kind of felt like there was some static all over the world, and I wanted to use this small piece of international, potentially cross-cultural collaboration and make it something hopeful. So I hope that came across. Check the description below for links to FAWM.org, as well as the soundtracks to all the songs in this 4-track video series. If you have any questions about the techniques or gear that we used, leave them in the comments, and as always, do the whole like, subscribe, bell icon thing to get notified of future videos. And thanks for watching. Learn to play to learn, rock on.